All right, welcome to day 9. Today, we're going to confront what I call the silent killer of wealth. It's a force that undermines your financial freedom more quietly, more insidiously than pretty much anything else. Yep, we're talking about high-interest debt.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly illustrates the problem. You could be doing everything else right. You're saving, you're investing, you're building. But if this fire is raging in the basement of your financial life, you know what? None of it matters. The entire structure is completely at risk.
So yesterday was all about proactive construction, right? We focused on automating your investments, on laying the bricks for your financial empire, one little contribution at a time. It was all about building upwards, reaching for the sky.
Today, we got to look down. We have to look at the foundation. We have to address the destructive force that can bring every single thing you're building crashing down around you. Today, we're here to put out the fire.
And let's be crystal clear here. This isn't just some line item on a spreadsheet or, a minor inconvenience. From our whole neuro fitness perspective, this is a 5-alarm financial emergency. Why? Why is it such an emergency? Because it's a direct attack on the one asset you absolutely need to succeed, your clear, focused mind. This kind of debt, yeah, it drains your capital for sure, but it also drains your cognitive energy. It clouds your judgment with stress and anxiety. It destroys your mental peace, and it is actively sabotaging your ability to create any real wealth.
Okay, so let's put the philosophy aside for a second and just look at the cold, hard numbers. Because you're about to see how this thing builds into an unwinnable war if you try to fight it with the wrong strategy.
Think about it like this. You've got these two massive forces at play in your financial world. On one side, you have the engine of wealth creation. That's your investments. And on the other, you have this engine of wealth destruction. That's your high-interest debt. And trust me, they are not created equal.
Now here's where it gets kind of crazy. Look at the sheer imbalance of power on this slide. Historically, the stock market might give you an average return of, say, 10%. That's your growth engine. But the average credit card, that thing's hitting you with an interest rate of 20, 25%, or sometimes even higher. That's your loss engine.
So what's the bottom line? It's this: negative 15%. Even if you're investing perfectly, you are still losing. In this scenario, you've got a net loss of 15% every single year. You are mathematically bleeding out. It is impossible to out-invest this kind of debt. You just can't.
We've talked so much about the magic of compound interest, how it can build these incredible fortunes over time. Well, this is its evil twin. This is the dark side of that magic. It's the exact same powerful force, but it's working in reverse, digging you into a deeper and deeper hole every single day.
Now, it's really important to say this: not all debt is the enemy. To win this fight, you have to know exactly who you're up against. So we need to make a really critical distinction.
So on one hand, you've got what we could call good debt. Think of a reasonable, fixed-rate mortgage on a home that's going up in value. That's leverage. It's a tool. But on the other hand, you've got bad debt. This is the fire. This is the money you borrowed at sky-high rates for things that lose value. Vacations, clothes, cars you can't really afford. This is the enemy we are hunting today.
So, how do we fight this fire? What's the plan? Well, we don't use emotion. We don't get overwhelmed. We use a strategy that is cold, calculated, and just ruthlessly efficient. We use what's called the avalanche method.
So what is the avalanche method? It's simple, really. It's all about math, not emotion. It completely ignores how big the debt is, and it focuses only on the interest rate. You target the most expensive debt first, because that's the one doing the most damage to you financially. Period.
Okay. Let's make this super practical. Take a look at this. It might feel really good to pay off that huge car loan, right? It's the biggest balance. But that's an emotional decision. The math tells us to ignore the balance and attack that credit card with the 24.9% interest rate. That rate, that's the real enemy. It's like a financial cancer, and it has to be priority number 1.
And this is your battle plan. It's just 4 simple steps, your assault plan. 1. List all your bad debts and their exact interest rates. 2. Sort that list from the highest interest rate down to the lowest. 3. Pay the absolute minimum on everything else. And 4. Unleash every single spare dollar you have to destroy that number 1 target. It's focused, it's efficient, and believe me, it works.
Okay, enough theory, enough talk. Now it's time to actually do something. And we've reached the most important part of our time together today, your task. It is time to confront the monster.
So I'm going to ask you point blank,
right now. Do you know, truly know, off the top of your head, the exact interest rate on your most expensive piece of debt? If you don't, then your mission is to find out today.
This is your mission for day 9. And look, I mean it when I say it's non-negotiable. Don't just think about it, do it. Get a pen and paper, find the paperwork, log into the accounts, whatever it takes, confront the numbers, write every single one of them down, rank them, and then circle your number one enemy. This simple act of creating clarity, that is the first real step to victory.
Look, once you have that plan to put out the fire, once you have the extinguisher in your hand, then we can get back to building the skyscraper. And tomorrow, we're going to tackle a really critical concept called the Income Mirage. We're going to explore the surprising reason why just earning more money doesn't always make you richer. I will see you then.